Bizarre Brain Comics. Hello, my comic book friends, and welcome to Bizarre Brain Comics. And this is where I like to take a look at some older comics, talk a little bit about the characters and creators, and examine the stories and the art. Well, this time I want to take a look at a big stack of Elfquest comics from the 90s. And for those who may not know, Elfquest was a creation of Richard and Wendy Pini. And they started publishing, self-publishing their book because they couldn't get one of the other publishers to take them on. Started publishing Elfquest in 1978. And they had a pretty successful run. It soon became very popular. And I guess they've had a couple of false starts on animated movies and or TV shows based on it. And I've covered Elfquest a couple times before. I showed that Elfquest Gatherium from about, what was it, 82, 83, something like that. That was the first book I ever got about Elfquest. I wasn't. It was the elf part that got me, because I've always liked fantasy and sword and sorcery. But when I found that Gatherium secondhand for real cheap, I looked. Hey, that looks interesting, and that made me. And I liked the artwork, and that made me interested in Elfquest, and I started getting some. I think I mostly got issues when Marvel's Epic line started reprinting them later in the 80s. And I have enjoyed them ever since. And then in the 90s, they started their own publishing company, Warp Graphics, and they really branched out in the 90s with several different Elfquest titles, and still continuing the adventures of the Wolf Riders, but branching out into other time periods and other locations, other groups of elves and the like. Elsewhere on and elsewhen on the world of Two Moons, which is the planet, what they called the planet that they lived on. And later it became known as Abode, the planet Abode, because they had different time periods, roughly equivalent to historical periods in Earth history, and then it went on into the future, into space. So they even had elves in space. I've forgotten the name of that title. I don't have any of those here. I have a few of them, and I used to get them occasionally. But I always really enjoyed them. So this is not by any means all of my Elfquest stuff. This is just a bunch that was all together. And I have others. I have some of the big reprints and the like is advertised here. The complete Elfquest. I have 2 or 3 volumes of that. And when they branched out, they got a bunch of other writers and artists along, because they obviously could not do it all by themselves. And they had prose novels and prose books. I only know of one actual novel that recounted the first part of the Wolf Riders' adventures. And then they had several Elfquest anthologies featuring stories by other writers, again prose writers, of prose stories of elements of the elves' history, the Wolf Riders' history. And they even had an audio version, which I can't find, which I've got somewhere. Audio version of the Elfquest novel. Book on tape. I think it was full cast on that. Okay, so we're going to start with, this is from 1992. Elfquest New Blood, #1, Summer Special. This was a fat one. Had to be the cover price like $3.95, and it was in full color. Well, a lot of them are just black and white. Some are in color. Now, Wendy Pini did this introductory report because I think this is what they were when they were publishing again and expanding, and so for a good jumping on point, it had "Welcome to the Whirlpool," which is just a brief recap of the origins of the elves of the World of Two Moons, and Wendy did this artwork, and it's very lovely, and it looks like it was all pastel, probably pastel pencils, and very nicely done to give it kind of a soft, dreamy like appearance. Tell how the elves said there was some. The elves' ancestors were aliens from space, and they were marooned on this planet, and they changed form. They basically brought magic to the World of Two Moons, and had they became the elves and mixed in with some other stuff, and they had the elves were in close relations with the trolls. Had good relations and some bad relations. They were basically frenemies, but they were complete enemies with the primitive humans, and they were basically Stone Age humans at that time. Then, got our first story. Just show you how far afield they got them. This is written and drawn. The Price of a Soul, written and drawn by John Byrne. That's kind of nice. And some nice stuff. And none of our regular elves has this. They call him a halfling. He's half elf, half troll, and he's doing some naughty things with, and then other stuff. This with Terry Beatty, Wendy Lee, and Gary Cato doing the artwork. And of course, we know Gary Cato, and has done he's. Especially his earlier stuff had such a strong Steve Ditko influence on his work, and then some others, Barry Blair, and these, and then have some done like Warner Brothers cartoons. Ken Mitrooney and Ingrid Nilsson, Nat Gertner, and it's obviously a more humorous thing, but it's something from the trolls' perspective. And then here we have some really nice portfolio of Elfquest art in the back here. Some really good stuff. See, and here we have Elfquest Wave Dancers. The Wave Dancers, well, that stuff was related to this story that I showed you here, because the Wave Dancers are basically mermaids. Elves became mermaids. This is Wave Dancers #4, and you can see what I mean. And who did this art? Bruce Love, story, script, and Joseph Zeckers, pencils and inks, and really nice looking stuff. Of course, maintaining the Wendy Pini art style. That's the one we saw in the other story. Yeah, it's #4, and more ads on the back. Elfquest Rogues Challenge. Then Wave Dancers #5. Da, 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 da. Julie Dittrich and Bruce Love, our same creators. Some, and of course, it's very nice stuff. And this looks like is this? I can't tell if this is painted. I think it is painted for the colors. Then Elfquest Hidden Years. That's this is with the Wave Riders in a previously untold period. Hidden Years number 10. They had a whole series, a bunch of them, and this blends together. Got the Wave Riders and etc. The Trolls. Wendy and Richard Pini did the story, and Paul Abrams did the pencils. Charles Barnett did the inks. And then Shards, and then Shards is a title of its own too. And I've shown some of these before, but not from this stack, I don't think. Hidden Years, and then Hidden Years 17. I really like this cover, Rocco. Jolene Aucklandis story, and O.F. Rocco did the art. Again, really, really nice artwork. And it's kind of keeping a little nicer quality artwork than a lot of the stuff in the 90s we're doing. And these are from 94. That first one I showed was 92, and these others have been 94. And this is from Shards. Elfquest Shards. Story, Wendy and Richard Pini. Brandon McKinney, the cover. And this is in a later time period, as a very medieval period for the humans. A slightly different style. Well, it's reflecting the artist's own style, but still maintaining it, because they have a definitely medieval period. Then here have Blood of 10 Chiefs. See, this is still 94. Ken Hooper did the pencils in here. Oh, that's almost difficult to see that lizard critter. And again, some really nice stuff. Oh, the bear. And everything looks a lot like Earth, except it's not Earth, because it's the world of two moons. It has two moons. It's not Mars, but it's very Earth-like. The humans are very terrestrial-like, and here they have like some kind of dragon beings, and it's still is. I think that was 5. Here's Blood of 10 Chiefs, number 9. Oh. Matt Nastos did the pencils. Craig Taillefer. Now, most of these people I've never heard. Most of them I haven't heard of before or since. So I don't know if they're still around doing something else. What, I don't know. But there's so much out there anymore. And it all looks so nice. It's lovely artwork. Some good colors. Oh, this looks kind of menacing. This is Elfquest, part of a part 2 of 5. I think it's a mini series. Two Spear, Treasure Quest 14, so part of a crossover. And this is all in black and white, and it probably abandoned the color to keep it down. This is not even inks. It looks mostly pencils. Some very nicely done too. And Delphin Barrel and Barry Blair. Ah, okay, did the art. It had some nice, and it's just nice stuff. It's all nice. Everything is nice. Then here's our regular Elfquest cast, continuing in this storyline. Elfquest number 11, and this is a thicker one. Has a $4.95 cover price, and these were in black and white, gray washes. And Dreamtime Part 6. Was this reprinting older stuff there for that lead? I don't know. I don't think so. Anyway, get some nice stuff. But these thicker ones were anthology. Some of the, I think, with some of the titles, and is this still 94? No, I thought this jumped to 97, and I think by then they had canceled some of their other titles, and were incorporating those stories into these anthologies. And this Barry Blair. Barry Blair did some other elfy stuff of his own somewhere, which I don't think I've got. Very good, very nice, and fun. It's all good, fun reading. Here's Elfquest 13. Fair's Fair. That's a real nice. Of course, it's Wendy Pini. Real nice cover. Real nice cover. Black and white. Dreamtime number 8. Yeah, Wendy Pini did this. Then it has the Future Quest. This is the spacey stuff. There's the medieval stuff here. Barry Blair. And that's our classic Elfquest cast here with... and here's the future stuff in space. Elves in space. Oh, action, adventure, then back to some medieval stuff. And then we finish it up with Elfquest 14. Again, real nice cover. It's all still Wendy Pini, and it has like a history of their Elfquest history, which goes way back to Wendy and Richard Pini, and when they first created, before they ever started publishing. Then we get to our story. Fire Eye. This is another Barry Blair from the looks of it. And some spacey Future Quest, spacey stuff again. So, a long history of the elves, the Wild Hunt. That's not all medieval. And that's all so just good elfy, fantastical stuff in there. And you can still, a lot of them, like in some of in some of the dollar boxes, or the high quality reprint volumes. It's all out there, and it's all good fun reading, especially if you like elves, sword and sorcery, fantasy, all that good stuff. This has taken longer than I had anticipated. So I do want to thank you for joining me. Please like, share, subscribe, leave your comments down below. Tell me how much you love Elfquest, or maybe you don't. I don't know. Maybe this isn't your type of fantasy, like I didn't think it was when I first saw it. That's why I spent years when I didn't get any Elfquest. And it was the artwork that first attracted me. So thank you for joining me. Please like, share, subscribe, leave your comments down below, and remember, comics are art.